What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Tallkin Sports with Jake. Hope you're all doing well. I'm not going to do my NFL free agency preview. I'm going to push that to next week. Right now, I'm shooting for Wednesday of next week. That's what I'm shooting for. But I'll keep you guys updated on that. Start with some baseball. Not too much news. Phil Reagan, former Mets interim pitching coach in 2019, he is actually suing the Mets, saying they did not bring him back for the 2020 season because of his age. Just one thing on that. Phil Reagan, he was the Mets pitching coach for the minor leagues. After they fired Dave Island, who was their pitching coach at the time, midway through the season in 2019, they promoted Phil Reagan to the pitching coach, and he did a really good job. The Mets were in shambles. You know, they went from completely out of it to almost making the playoffs that year. And and a big reason for that was because their pitching was really showing a lot of injuries, and Phil Reagan came in. That was the year they brought in Edwin Diaz, and Diaz went out there and was as bad as he could possibly be. It was his first year as a Met, and he went out there. Phil Reagan, and he really turned his staff around. I love Phil Reagan. I was a big fan of him. He became almost basically a fan favorite. End of the season, they decided to that he would be the minor league pitching coach. They went out and hired Jeremy Hefner, who is still the pitching coach now, and it's done a very good job. Thing is, he was 83 at the time when he was the pitching coach in 2019. So now he's like, what, 87? Dude's pushing 90 years old. Like, no kidding, your age factored into it. Not for nothing. They weren't sure, is this guy going to last another 2 years? So we're like, dude, we're not going to re-sign you for 2 or 3 more years when you're pushing 85 years old. I thought that was so stupid. Today's world, whether it's sports, just general life, whenever I thought I've seen it all, something else happens, and I clearly haven't. I don't know. I'm done. I don't have any words. That's all I got ready for baseball. But spring training, we got a couple of games start Friday. Actually, the Boston Red Sox are playing, I think, the Northeastern Huskies. Interesting game there. Then Saturday is when we got the real sway of games. My New York Mets start that day, so very excited. Keep your eyes peeled for that. Spring training starts this weekend. Moving on to hockey scores from last night. You had the Hurricanes over the Blues 4-1. Hurricanes are on fire. I believe they're 13-1-1 the last 15, so have won 13-15, gotten points in 14-15. They're not far behind the Bruins. They're probably the second best team in hockey right now. The Hurricanes. Canadiens over the Devils 5-2. Lightning over the Ducks 6-1. Red Wings over the Capitals 3-1. Red Wings playing some good hockey. Maple Leafs over the Sabres 6-3. Ryan O'Reilly hat trick plus an assist. Mitch Marner had 5 assists in that game. A goal and 3 assists, 4 points for John Tavares. Big offensive night for Toronto Maple Leafs. Wild over the Kings 2-1. Predators over the Canucks 5-4 in a shootout. Blackhawks over the Golden Knights 3-2 in a shootout. You had the Oilers over the Flyers 4-2. College basketball scores from yesterday. Let's start off with a big one. It was an upset. You had Michigan State right now is underranked. They upset number 17 Indiana 80-65. It was actually the first home game at Michigan State since the tragic shooting. I believe it was about a week ago. Big win for Michigan State. They played great. They made all their shots. They played a really complete game. Played a really good game of basketball. It was great to see. Tom Izzo was very emotional after the game. Everyone on both teams was wearing the Spartan Strong shirts. It was a very good moment. Kudos to Michigan State for coming through with that victory. Number 8 Texas beats number 23 Iowa State 72-54. And upset number 14 Kansas State beat number 9 Baylor 75-65. Number 10 Marquette beats number 19 Creighton 73-71. You had an upset. Number 25 Texas A&M beats number 11 Tennessee 68-63. Texas A&M keeps their chances of winning the SEC alive. Tennessee continues to struggle. They have been tumbling. They've had a lot of bad losses. They had back-to-back losses on a buzzer beater a week or two ago. Now you lose to Texas A&M, who's barely even ranked, and Tennessee is ranked in the top 11. They are struggling. They are going the absolute wrong way, and we are very close to the tournament. Number 13 Miami beats Virginia Tech 76-70. Villanova, unranked Villanova up to number 16 Xavier, 64-63. You got number 22 San Diego State beats Colorado State 77-58. Tournament is right around the corner. Let's talk about some coaching stuff. Don't have tons to cover today, but let's get into this, and then I'm going to talk about some wrestling, and then we're actually going to close this thing out. Frank Reich is going to call the plays for the Panthers. They did hire Thomas Brown for offensive corner, but Frank Reich will call the plays. Some free agency news. The Commanders are expected to franchise tag Darren Payne, their Pro Bowl defensive tackle. From a top free agent on the market. Career 11.5 sacks last year and 64 tackles. So he could be tagged. Interesting, the franchise tag deadline is open. Teams have until March 7th. We'll see what happens with guys like Daniel Jones, Saquon Barkley, Lamar Jackson. We'll see what happens. And that way, the report that Tom Brady in 2024 is going to take Olsen's spot. Olsen's going to lose $7 million a year. Greg Olsen said, I have a lot of respect for Tom Brady. He says, and I quote, I am not going to go down easy. So get your popcorn ready. Olsen versus Brady could be interesting. We'll see what happens. By the way, some people don't like Greg Olsen. I like Greg Olsen. I think he's a very good color commentator. Him and Burkhardt work very well together. I think Brady should not take his place. And by the way, Tom Brady, his personality is not that good. I don't think he's going to be that good at it. His contract is ridiculous. By the way, what is always talking about the XFL? The league is horrible. I'm sorry, but I do not like the XFL at all. It's terrible. It's like unwatchable. I might be in the minority, but I don't care. The XFL, this thing is terrible. Like, what is this? This isn't football. Football is not played in, now. Like, people are like, oh, spring football. Football isn't played in the spring. It's just not. The spring is for baseball. You play football in the fall, and then dips into the winter. There is no such thing as spring baseball. I don't care if it's the XFL, the USL, the AFL, the CFL, the AAF, the TLB29. I don't care what the hell you call the league. There is no such thing as spring football. There just isn't. XFL is stupid. I love The Rock. I love everything about him. He's a great wrestler, great actor, great dude. And the speech he gave at the start of the first game was electric. He's also the most electrifying guy in sports entertainment. What else do you expect? But this league, I'm not a fan. It's just not for me. I'm going to put that out there. Now let's talk some wrestling. Monday Night Raw from this Monday, a couple days ago. We had sort of Sami Zayn came out. It was in Ottawa, so again he was on his home turf. So he got a big ovation. He thanked the fans for his ovation. Then he called out Kevin Owens to help him. He said, if you want to team up and take down the blow on, he asked him, and Kevin Owens said, dude, I didn't come out there for you. I came out there for me. He said, I did so your family didn't have to watch Roman Reigns beat you down like my family did, and my family had to endure that. So he basically said no, and he said, if you want help, ask your buddy Jey Uso, and left the ring. Sami was leaving the ring. Baron Corbin ambushed him, which led to a match, and then Sami Zayn beat him. So we'll see where that storyline goes. You got Austin Theory was interviewed backstage, and then by the way, John Cena is returning in 2 weeks to Raw on March 6th, and Theory was talking about it. Imagine if you have Theory defend the U.S. title against John Cena at WrestleMania, the guy that Theory's been compared to. That would be something else. And then in the main event, Austin Theory defeated Edge with the help of Finn Balor to retain the U.S. title. Mustafa Ali defeated Dolph Ziggler. Of course, they've had a little back and forth backstage rhyme. Mustafa Ali thinks Dolph Ziggler is always taking his opportunities. Ziggler's been like, dude, it's nothing personal. So we'll see where that goes. Cody Rhodes was cutting a promo, then Playman interrupted and did his thing, and then Cody Rhodes fired back. Of course, Playman was in his neck brace backstage after he got attacked by Kevin Owens at the Elimination Chamber. Continue to build Roman versus Cody Rhodes. And then MVP and Omos issued a challenge to Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. So we have Brock versus Omos. WrestleMania. By the way, I don't like Omos at all. I think he's terrible. So I hope Brock beats the crap out of him. And Seth Rollins in the Miz was a mauling. Seth Rollins ended up beat the crap out of the Miz. He cursed at him 3 times, knocked him unconscious, and then the referee just stopped the match. So, and then Seth Rollins delivered a message to Logan Paul. Hopefully, those two fight at WrestleMania. That would be something else. Then we had Bayley's Ding Dong Talk Show. She had damage control on. Then Becky Lynch came out and said, I want to challenge Dakota Kai and Io Sky for the women's tag team titles. They're like, you don't got a partner. And she called out Lita. So Becky Lynch and Lita, the Hall of Famer, will fight damage control for the women's tag team championships. That's going to happen next Monday. You had Bronson Reed defeat Chad Gable in a match. You had Bobby Lashley. He attacked Elias when Elias was asking for a WrestleMania opponent. Then Lashley cut a promo saying, stop disrespecting me. And then the United States Championship, like I said, Austin Theory defeated Edge. And after the match, Finn Balor attacked Edge, hitting him with a coup de grace 3 times. All right, that's all I got for you guys today. Thank you for everyone who tuned in. Until next time, so long, and have a great day.